Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And let's finish talking about this goddamn episode, okay? This piece of shit episode, okay, of And Just Like Crap. Okay, episode 3. Just about done with it here. And then, lucky me, I'm going to jump into episode 4 next, okay? Yeah, I already started watching. Yeah, fucking, oh my God. But we'll get to that. All right, let's finish up this episode, okay? I'm Diego, and I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view, because that's what I do here, okay? I'm going to give you that point of view that you didn't get, okay, when you watch this show with your girlfriends and your gay friends, you know, at the gay bar, drinking your fucking Cosmos and shit, you know, get the fuck out of here. That's not what I'm going to give you here, all right? What I'm going to give you is what a real guy thinks about this TV show, about these characters, these storylines, these situations. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. What a real straight guy would think about this stuff. It happened in the real world, not in fucking lollipop land that we're living in here on this fucking show, okay? Now, just in case you want to know my fucking credentials, okay, I have already watched every single episode of Sex and the City. I have watched and I watched it back in the day. Back when it first came out, I watched it back then, okay, when I was younger, all right? Okay, why did I do that, okay? Is it because I'm gay? No, it's because I was trying to get laid. Okay, because all the hot girls I knew were watching the show, so I figured, well, this is my way in. This way I can, you know, I can talk about whatever they're talking about, okay? And I learned a lot. I did learn a lot. I didn't learn that much, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot of stuff, okay, about like fucking Prada and fucking Chanel and bullshit like that, stuff that I didn't really give a shit about. But I lived in a big city at the time. I was a young man, you know, I was in my 20s, just got out of the Marines, going to college. I was working in nightclubs, restaurants, you know, I was going to auditions, I was acting, all sorts of shit, right? And all my friends were too. We were all in our 20s, okay? A lot of attractive people I worked with, okay? I worked with male models and female models, okay? And actors and singers and comedians, and, you know, we did all that shit, all right? And so we went out a lot, okay? We got fucked up a lot, we partied a lot, and we fucked a lot. Yeah, yes, we did. Yes, we did, okay? Oh, yes. Excesses of youth. But the point is that I was kind of living their life too, okay? Only I was a lot younger than these women were on Sex and the City, okay? But I related to their stuff. I related to getting a taxi in the middle of the night, going to nightclubs, restaurants, bars, clubs, concerts, sporting events, parties at people's apartments, you know, shit like that. I was doing all that too. Okay, I was just a lot younger than the women on that show, okay? But I related to a lot of that stuff. I understood what it's like to be single and living in a big fucking city, okay? In downtown city, okay? So I knew that, okay? I understood that part of it, okay? So I related to the show a lot, okay? But the biggest problem I had with Sex and the City is they did not get the men correct. There were no real men on that show. There's a few guys that acted like men on fucking Sex and the City, but there weren't very many of them. Okay, but when they did show up, you know, I acknowledged it. I was like, okay, that guy was acting realistic. That guy did do what I probably would have done, or guys I know would have done. Yeah, they would have probably done the same thing. Okay, but most of the time it was bullshit. Most of the time it was just fucking bullshit. Okay, it's basically fucking she meets some Carrie or some other fucking bitch is at a fucking restaurant or at a bar or at a fucking store, and they bump into some super good looking guy who fucking is the vice president of telecommunications, you know, for AT&T, and then he's like, how would you like to go out to dinner? You know, that basically happens every fucking episode. Okay, and they end up, having sex, and then she finds out that he's got a fucking fetish for fucking dog porn or some shit. So she fucking dumps him. Next episode, rinse and repeat. It's the same fucking shit every goddamn episode. All right. Not realistic at all, okay? But that's what Sex and the City was, okay? This right now, this is And Just Like Crap. That's not fucking Sex and the City. I don't know what the fuck this is, okay? This is fucking ugly people. This show needs to be called Ugly People, okay? Because everybody on the show is fucking ugly. Well, for the most part, okay? You got average to fucking ugly, okay? And I really don't want to watch the sex lives of a bunch of fucking 50-something-year-old women, okay? That are just past their prime. Nobody does, okay? Nobody does, okay? I'm sorry, but nobody does. Nobody does. But that's what we got, okay? And not only do we get this isn't even the heterosexual point of view. This is the fucking gay point of view, okay? We got gay fucking 50-something-year-old people and what their sex lives are like. Okay, who gives a shit about it? Nobody wants to watch this shit. What the fuck? It's just fucking... It's not even a show about fucking, about relationships, about people in their 50s trying to get laid. It's not even a show about that, okay? It's a show to educate you. To educate you on LGBTQ, okay? And every fucking day is Black History Month on this fucking show, okay? Because you need to be educated. Did you notice how every main white character on the show has a person of color as a slave. I mean, as a friend. Have you noticed that? Every single white character has a person of color best friend now. Have you noticed that? I did. They didn't fucking have that shit in the original show, but now they do. Because we need to be educated. Okay, we need to be educated. You see what I mean? We're not cool. We need to get cool. Okay, and you get cool by getting educated. Okay, on how to use the right pronouns. Okay? You didn't know who some of these fucking female black fucking leaders were from the civil rights. We need to know that shit. Okay, especially for those of us who don't even ever fucking live in New York. We need to know who they were. Because we need to be educated. Now, I'm Mexican. Okay? You know how much I've learned about Mexicans on this show this season? Not a goddamn fucking thing. You know why? Because we don't fucking matter. That's why. That's why. Let's just tell you something, all right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But luckily, for all the people of color on the show, they each came with a fucking white savior. So, yeah. So at least the show's doing good, right? At least that's a positive message, you know? That way you know that if you are a person of color, not men, though, men don't fucking count. But if you're a woman and a person of color, as long as you have a white savior, you're in the club. Yeah, it's a great message, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. That's just one of many messages. All right? Yes. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, where did we leave off last time? Oh, yes. Shay and Miranda, both of them as good looking as my asshole, both of them. Yes, Miranda, her son is suicidal. Brady, yeah, Brady, remember him? Yeah. He's suicidal because his fucking underage girlfriend dumped him in Amsterdam while they were on vacation in Amsterdam. Probably for another guy. That's usually the reason girls dump guys, is for another guy. So he's crying about it, you know, he's fucking all fucking upset and shit. You know, he's considering suicide. You know, he's been trying to get a hold of his mom. His mom got a new phone. She hasn't figured it out yet, so she didn't get his messages. But he's in Amsterdam crying his ass off, okay, because his underage girlfriend fucking dumped him. Now, you remember Louisa, his underage girlfriend? Okay, that was the one that he was having sex with right next door, you know, one wall away from his parents, where his parents were supposed to be having sex too. Yeah, because they're okay with it. All right. In fact, Miranda even bought her some fucking, strawberry flavored KY or some shit like that. You remember that? Yeah. Because that's the kind of relationship that she has with her fucking son's girlfriend. Yeah. Ain't it awesome? Okay, very realistic too. Okay, so he's all crying and upset. All right. And he's in Amsterdam because his girlfriend dumped him. Well, Miranda says, like, well, did you talk to your dad? Okay, and he says, yeah, but I wanted to talk to you. Really? So what do you want to learn from your mom? How maybe your girlfriend Louisa could have dumped you in a worse way? Because that's all your mom's going to fucking teach you. You know why? You know why Brady didn't go to his dad? Because his dad is fucking curled up to a ball in the fucking corner with his thumb up his ass, crying his eyes out, waiting for his fucking Miranda to come back to him. Okay? Because she divorced his ass last season. Okay? That's why Brady didn't talk to fucking his dad. Okay? Because what the fuck's he going to learn from him? How to cry harder? Yeah, pretty much. He's got no example. He's got no male role models. He has none. Okay, so of course he's gonna depend on his mom. Okay, because he was fucking raised by his fucking mom. Okay, his dad was just a fucking piece of shit guy in the corner who paid the bills. Okay, you know. Yeah, he has no male role models, no male father figure. Okay, he's a crybaby. He's a cry. You know, unfortunately, that's a lot of guys today. Okay, it's a lot of guys now. Some of you older women probably don't see this too much. Okay, but those of you that are younger, okay, like in your 20s and shit, okay, you see a lot of it. There's a lot of guys out there being raised by single moms, and God bless them, they did their best, but single moms cannot fucking teach boys how to be men. They can't, because they don't know. They've never been one. See what I mean? And so we grow up with this fucking wishy-washy fucking generation of boys that are not going to college, that are sitting around at home playing fucking video games and jerking off to porn, rather than meeting girls, so hence the marriage rates have gone down. Okay, and they've been brainwashed to believe that, you know, you have to fucking find the perfect girl to make your life complete. Okay, and when that doesn't happen, they get suicidal and they get upset and they act out and they abuse drugs and they fucking do all sorts of crazy shit that they shouldn't be doing. Okay, because they have no fucking male role models to teach them how to deal with these issues, how to deal with this pain, and how to get through it. Okay, they have no male role models. Okay, what are they gonna do? Watch a TV show? Okay, watch this? You think that a show like this is gonna help any fucking boy who just got dumped by a girl? All it's gonna do is tell him how he deserved it for being a man. You see what I mean? That's all a show like this is gonna tell him. That's all the fucking shows and movies are gonna tell him. You see what I mean? So of course he's gonna feel hopeless. Okay, he's got nobody. There's nobody around to teach him better, to teach him how to get out of this pain. Okay, pain is a part of life. It's the price of living is pain. You know, if you want to experience the joys of life, you're gonna have to go through pain. That goes for everybody. Okay, so you know, so he needs a role model. He needs somebody to teach him this shit. What the fuck is he gonna learn from Miranda? Okay, how to abuse himself? Because Miranda, the only thing Miranda's really good at is how to fucking emasculate men. That's all she's really good at. You know, so what's she gonna teach him? How to make him feel worse about himself? Because that's all she can teach him. She doesn't know anything else. She doesn't even know how to fucking be a wife, much less a mom. Really? This is the son you raised? This crybaby? Who can't do a goddamn thing without his mom to wipe his ass? Even though he's a grown fucking man? Really? Is that the kind of son you raised? Is this the kind of boy who's gonna fucking be able to take care of himself? Fuck no. Fuck no. He's 21 years old, 22, and he just now got his heart broken for the first time. What kind of fucking life has he had? He's had a very privileged fucking life. Very, very privileged, okay? God damn, he grew up in fucking Brooklyn, in a $1 million house in Brooklyn. His wife's a fucking Harvard graduate attorney, you know, a partner in a law firm. His dad owns a fucking tavern in Brooklyn, right next to a goddamn fucking university. Okay, this guy would have been up to his eyeballs in fucking pussy growing up. Brady would have been. Okay? He's got all the advantages that I sure as fuck didn't have advantages like this growing up. Most guys don't. Most boys don't. He's got everything. What does he do? He cries. He cries because his underage girlfriend dumped him. What the fuck, man? Who taught you? Who made you think that you're supposed to fucking settle down at that age? You're supposed to have a one and only girl at that age. What the fuck have you been doing all your life? Watching fucking Disney cartoons? You think this shit's fucking real? God damn, dude. If you were my kid, god damn it, I'd be kicking your ass in shape. That's for sure. You're gonna cry over a fucking skirt? Is that your whole life? Is that what it's worth? A fucking girl? A fucking skirt? Is that what your whole fucking life's worth? That you're nothing without a fucking girl? Okay? Then if that's what you think your life is, you know what? Then you don't fucking deserve a good life. Okay? Because let me tell you something about women that I learned the hard way. Okay? And all you women out there, you might be mad at me for saying this. You can get pissed off. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm telling you the truth. That's what I do. I tell you the fucking truth. Okay? Women don't give a shit about whether or not you love them or not. Okay? Women are like the girls at the end of a race. Okay? They're at the end of the race, at the finish line, waiting to see who won. Okay? Whoever win, that's the one they're going for. Okay? So what I mean is that, Brady, in order for you to fucking have a high sexual market value, in order for you to be the kind of guy that women want to be with, you have to accomplish something first. You gotta fucking do something. In your case, you don't have to do that much. All right? Because you were already born privileged. You were born wealthy. Okay? You know how many fucking moms and dads out there cannot afford to send their kids to fucking Amsterdam for the holidays? Okay? Your parents can. Okay? So he's got all these advantages. He's not taking advantage of anything. A kid like that would be up to his fucking earlobes and fucking vaginas. But no, he's going to cry about one. One is not even old enough to drink. Out of your fucking mind. He's got no gratitude, okay? You can't even fucking see all the advantages that you have. Okay? You know how many women will fucking be lining up to fuck this kid? You know how many girls will be lining up to fuck this kid? Just because he fucking lives in Brooklyn. Okay? Just for that. I mean, come on. He's in fucking Amsterdam right now. They fucking love Americans over there. All their tourism is based on Americans going over there. Okay? What the fuck, dude? An American in fucking Amsterdam is like fucking Spanish fly. I know, I've been there. They love Americans over there. So what the fuck? Because all the Americans go there to get high. You know? Eat their Royale with cheese. Put mayonnaise on the french fries. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. So, yeah, if that were my kid, I'd be fucking whipping him into shape. And no, I'm not being sexist. I would say the same thing if I had a daughter. Okay? If you need a man in order to fucking have a life, okay, then you don't have a life. You don't have a life. You don't deserve a life. Okay? It's got to be, your life is what you make of it. Okay? What you make of it. And Brady doesn't need that much. I mean, shit, he was born privileged. What the fuck? You know, get him in the fucking gym, teach him a few jokes, you know, take him shopping where he can buy some fucking decent clothes. You know, he's going to be up to his fucking eyeballs in fucking pussy. Got nothing to worry about. And trust me, okay, once a guy gets laid, it's real easy to fucking forget about the last girlfriend you had, okay? I know. I talk from experience, all right? The best way to get over somebody is get under somebody. It's true. It's true. And you know it's true, all right? Sorry, man. I mean, there's different rules. Sexual dynamics are tricky, okay? Maybe not that tricky. They're just different for guys and girls, okay? I'm talking from experience. Like, I know what works. Like, I didn't talk from fucking watching fucking episodes of Sex and the City or watching rom-coms and shit. I'm talking from what I actually experienced in my own fucking life, okay? And women are looking for the guys that have accomplished something, okay? In this case, he was born into it, okay? Like fucking Prince Harry, okay? He's born into it. Born with a high sexual market value. Just because of who his parents were and shit like that, okay? Well, same thing with Brady. He was born into a wealthy family, okay? He's cultured. He goes to fucking Ivy League schools, okay? He's fucking vacationing in Amsterdam, for Christ's sake. What the fuck, man? He's got all these advantages. But he's not taking advantage of it. He's crying over a fucking little bitch. What the fuck? You know? God damn it. If I was born into a wealthy family, dude, you think I'd be fucking sweating a fucking, some fucking illegal alien girl who's only fucking me to get a green card? Who's fucking 16 years old? You think I'd be sweating her? Fuck no. Jesus Christ. All right, moving right along. I don't care if my mom liked her or not. All right, moving right along. So that's going on here, okay? So Miranda decides to go back to New York, and also Brady's getting on a plane. He's going back to New York too, okay? So that she can be with her son, okay? Because she basically, remember, she abandoned her family to be with this fucking land whale, transforming land whale. All right, so that's going on here, okay? And now we fast forward to Bryant Park. Now, Bryant Park is this park in New York where they used to have fucking Fashion Week there. I guess they don't have that there anymore, okay? But Carrie's there because her friend Lisette, her neighbor, that lives downstairs in her building, okay, is basically like like what Carrie used to be a long time ago. Okay, Lisette is a jewelry designer. She used to be a model, even though she has the fucking fashion sense of fucking Pennywise the Clown. She used to be a model, and now she designs jewelry. Okay, and she invited Carrie to her jewelry exhibition at Bryant Park. Okay. And she's hoping that the buyers from like Neiman Marcus and Saks are there and they buy her jewelry. Okay. Okay, so she's there, and she brought Sima with her to go look at this fucking jewelry, okay? So that's what's going on here at the jewelry show, okay? And then all of a sudden, they notice that the waiters there start taking all the jewelry and putting it in their pockets in front of everybody. They're not even wearing masks, okay? Like nothing. They're just grabbing the jewelry and putting it in their pockets, okay? And they're all white guys too, you know. In fact, the guy that stole Sima's Birkin bag was also white. Now that I think of it, all the criminals on the show are white. The taxi driver that refused to pick up Herbert, the millionaire black guy that lives in a fucking rich-ass neighborhood, he wouldn't open his taxi for him because he was black, and that guy was white. I think I'm starting to see a pattern here. Okay. Well, it's a good thing they didn't make all the criminals people of color, because that would be racist, wouldn't it? Yeah. Good thing they're not racist. All right, so anyway, so these all white fucking waiters / jewelry thieves are stealing all the jewelry. And, of course, Lisette notices this. She's like, hey, what's that guy doing? He's taking my stuff. Hey, somebody stop him. What the fuck? You know, so she's screaming for help. Just like Asima was earlier in the episode when the guy ran off with her Birkin bag. She was screaming for help, too. And nobody helped her, which is true. This is New York. You know, I live in Chicago, and it's true. All right? Nobody's going to fucking help you if you're in distress. Okay, because nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to get involved. Okay, look what happens when people get involved. You know what happens? They get fucking charged. That's what happens, all right? So that's going on here, okay? Carrie sees what's happening, so does Sima, okay? And nobody's doing anything. Lisette's screaming for help, so Carrie screams, I have COVID, real loud, because she faked COVID earlier, so she wouldn't have to record her audiobook where she confesses to killing her husband, okay? She screams, I have COVID, so everybody runs away except for the jewelry thieves, all right? They're still there, okay? And the thief demands Carrie give up her necklace. Okay, now you'll notice the necklace that Carrie wears is the one that says Carrie on it. Okay, she wore it every fucking episode of Sex and the City. She wore that fucking necklace, and she's still wearing it. Okay, so the jewelry thief wants that necklace, and Carrie does not want to go. Oh no, please, no. You know what's about narcissism? Okay, this girl has a necklace with her name on it. Okay, that she will not give up. She will not give up her name. She will not give up who she is. All right. You know, even with a gun pointed at her, although there is no gun here. Okay, these guys are just fucking threatening people without a weapon. All right, in front of witnesses. Yeah, so that's going on here. Okay, she demands Carrie's Carrie necklace. Okay, Seema pulls out a gun and says, "No way, buddy." Okay, a little pistol, and so the guy gets scared and he runs away. He runs away, and now Carrie's like, "You have a gun?" You know, and then she pulls the trigger. It's a fucking cigarette lighter. So Seema starts smoking a cigarette right there, okay? Well, finally, the security guards show up. They show up too fucking late, okay? The perps are already gone, all right? But one of the security guards does fucking look at Seema, who's lighting up a cigarette, and go, "Hey, miss, you can't smoke here." And she's like, "Really? You think I'm the problem?" You know, because Seema is just fucking, she thinks she's fucking Joan Collins. And she is Joan Collins if Joan Collins was fucking, you know, Indian, you know, in her mid-50s and you know, 250 pounds. Other than that, yeah, she is Joan Collins. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, the next thing we have is Miranda. So Miranda's back at her house. So I don't know where the fuck she is. Her apartment, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Did she keep the house and she kicked her husband, her ex-husband, Steve out? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, so Miranda's there at home. She's back with her luggage is still there. She's waiting for fucking Brady to come home. Okay, and we see that on her wrist. She did get a tattoo in LA. It says MH. MH. Yeah, we know what that means. All right, so it's tattooed on her wrist, on her left wrist. Okay. Well, guess what? Brady arrives. He arrives. He drops his bag. Mom! Yeah. He starts talking. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, fucking Miranda starts giving a shit now about somebody else other than herself. Finally, after all this time, she starts giving a shit about somebody other than herself. Okay, and her fucking libido. Okay, and he starts crying on her. Of course he does, because he's a fucking crybaby. Okay, and she holds on him. Brady, everybody's breaking up. My pussy hurts, Mom. Yeah, basically that's what's going on here. Okay. Ooh, yeah. You know, when like if someone you love dies or something like that, okay, that's traumatic. That's when you're crying your ass off. Okay. You know, when someone you really love dies, okay, but when your girlfriend dumps you, that's not fucking traumatic, okay? I mean, you can feel, I'm not saying it feels good. It sure doesn't, okay? It's not the fucking end of the world, okay? It's not the end of the world, you know? Yeah, and, you know, if you're the kind of guy that has to fucking cry every time somebody hurts you, okay, you're not much of a guy, okay? And if you don't do something about it, okay, then you're never going to do anything about it. Okay, this is the type of person you're going to be for the rest of your life. Okay, so yeah, I say you do. I understand things happen. You know, I've cried before. I'm not going to say I didn't. I've cried. I've cried like a girl before over traumatic stuff in my life. Okay, but the point is I didn't stay there. Okay, I didn't stay there. Eventually, I learned how to deal with pain on my own. Okay, with help, and I didn't do it by myself. Okay, but I didn't break down every time something terrible happened. Okay. Because sometimes, when you're going to notice that when things happen to a lot of people at the same time, people tend to break down, and someone's got to be the one that doesn't. Someone's got to be the one that fucking takes charge of this shit and says, no, I can't afford to panic like everyone else. Someone's got to be thinking clear, you know? Yeah, exactly. All right, so anyway, next thing we have here is Seema. She's fucking in her fucking Uber or whatever. They're in a traffic jam. She's yelling at the fucking Uber driver to fucking go, but he can't because of the traffic. So she just gets out. She gets out and she sees someone walking their dog. She bends over to pet the dog. And when she looks over to her left, there's her Birkin bag. Now, I don't know shit about Birkin bags. Okay, I don't know how much they cost. I'm guessing they cost a lot of money. Ladies, do they cost a lot of money? I'm pretty sure they do. Because Seema's been researching Birkin bags online. And she hasn't bought one yet, okay? Which means that either she can't afford it or she's still hoping that her original Birkin bag that got stolen will magically appear, okay? Well, she sees her Birkin bag underneath a rose bush. I guess the thief just stole the wallet which I'm guessing doesn't have as much money as that fucking Birkin bag is worth. Okay, so this thief, this white thief, did not realize the value of the bag that he stole. So he just fucking tossed it underneath the fucking rose bush. So she sees it there, and she gets her orange Birkin bag back. So now she's happier than a fucking pig in shit. She's so fucking happy, she goes buys a carton of cigarettes. Yes, good for her. All right, yeah, it's very realistic too. You think nobody would have noticed a fucking Birkin bag that cost, I'm guessing it cost a couple $1,000s, okay, that nobody would have noticed that right there underneath the bushes and just stolen it anyway? You know? Yeah, I doubt it. Okay, anyway, so that happened. Carrie visits Lisette. Okay, and she brought the cookies that Miranda gave her, because Miranda thought she had COVID. The caramel chocolate cookies, all right, that Carrie was stuffing her face with earlier in the episode when she had that fucking paper on her face, okay? And she goes to visit Lisette. Well, apparently, Carrie has an emergency key for Lisette's apartment, because she's not answering her door, so she used it to go inside. And there she finds Lisette curled up into a ball on her bed, depressed, okay, and deep in self-pity, okay? Now, we know what's going on here. Lisette tells her, hey, listen, everything that I worked so hard for all these years, okay, was in that show. Okay, everything that I worked so hard for was in that show, got stolen at that show. You know, and now I'm going to have to start all over again, you know? And of course, Carrie understands this too. I mean, she fucking killed her husband, you know, and now she's got to start dating again. You know, well, she has been dating again. She just hasn't fucking really been dating. She's been getting laid. She just hasn't really been dating, you know, just like Sex and the City. So she tells her, I understand what you're going through, you know, and she brought the cookies for her. This seemed like an emergency. That's why I used the emergency key, you know, and so she decides to get in bed with her. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I know, this is bad. You know, so Carrie's like, I know how you feel. Carrie's like, it joins her in the bed. Okay, she also curls up on the other side of the bed. Okay, so even in another woman's room, it's still all about her. Okay, it's still about her pain and her loss. Okay, so she says, hey, you know what? Listen, at some point we're gonna have to get up off the bed, but not right now. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so the next thing we have here is Carrie. Okay, she's reading chapter 3 from her audio book. I guess she decided she's going to do it after all. No more faking COVID. All right, and her agent did get her an extra 5 days to record the book. All right, so she's reading chapter 3, and of course, Carrie's wearing her Carrie necklace, the one that she did not give up to the jewelry thief. Okay, and she's in the studio reading it. Okay, she's basically confessing about how she fucking, you know, she was hoping her husband would die, and he hadn't died yet. You know, because let's face it, okay, fucking the same guy for the past, what was it, 18 years since they got married. Okay, well, the Sex and the City movie where they got married was in, what was it, 2010? Was it 2008 they got married, and then 2010 was the sequel. Okay, so in 2008, she married big. Okay, and the show got canceled in 2004, I think. Might have been 2003, I don't fucking remember. Anyway, so in 2008, she married big. Okay, they had a modest ceremony. Okay, and then he dies in 2021, right? Yeah, so he dies in 2021. So how many years is that? 2008, 2021. So that's 13 years. Okay, so she was married him for 13 years. Okay, can you imagine that, having to fuck the same guy over and over again for 13 years? Yeah, well, that's what she was thinking too. So she's kind of hoping he would have died by now, but he hadn't died yet. So finally he dies on a pellet. She got him a Peloton so he can kill himself on, and it worked. He got a heart attack. And so she died. So he's there having a heart attack. He dropped his phone in the shower. Okay, and what does she do when she gets home? She sees him there. He's still alive. You know, and she runs over to him, and she doesn't call 911. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't scream for help or anything like that. She just fucking smothers him and waits for him to die. And after he's dead, then she calls 911. And then she calls fucking Miranda after she killed him. It's not funny. It's not funny, but yeah, it's what happened. It's what happened. And yeah, and of course she wrote a book about it. Or she wrote a chapter about it in her new book. Even though this incident happened like a year ago, there's already a published book. Which she's now doing the audiobook version of, all right? Yeah, so naturally she doesn't want to incriminate herself, so she starts trying to change the words, and they say, no, you need to read it the way it was published. So she's popping her piece and shit. But she does it. She's in the studio, okay, and she does it. She records the whole fucking thing. Of course, she changed a couple of things so that she wouldn't get arrested, okay. And then after that, she's all happy and excited now that she managed to trick the whole public into confessing her crime without actually confessing it, the way O.J. Simpson did when he wrote his book, If I Did It, which I have. I read that, but I have it here. You can get it Audible if you want. O.J. Simpson wrote a book about how he killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, but he made it sound like it was someone else who did it, not him. I know. I'm not making this up. This really happened. He wrote this book. Well, that's basically what Carrie did. That's what Carrie did. All right. Yeah. And then so she goes out with Seema afterwards, okay, because she's a boss bitch. And they're at a nice fancy restaurant, okay? And they notice there's an Australian rugby team there. Yeah! A bunch of young fucking athletes. They're in town for whatever, bullshit reasons. Okay, but they're there, and of course they see Seema, and they see Carrie, the two most attractive women in all of fucking America, and so they start hitting on them. Yeah, I know, I would too. Yeah, when me and my fucking football team go into town, we look for the women in their 50s, and we started flirting with them. Absolutely, I'd do it too. Yeah, if I could have a three-way with both of them, it'd be even better. Okay, so they start flirting with them, so of course, oh God, we're so hot shit. That kind of thing. And so she ends up having dinner with them, with the whole fucking rugby team. Like that would happen in real fucking life. Okay, yeah, like that would ever fucking happen in real life, right? No, it wouldn't, all right? So that's going on here, and of course, and then she says like, and just like that, I got COVID. For real this time, okay? So she gets COVID. Whoopie fucking dude. That's the end of episode 3. Thank fucking God. Now, lucky me, I'll be right back with episode 4, which just came out today. All right, well, thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next.